No sacrifices, no Pokemon lost, no scales used, Aqua Hideout done. Okay, so this double battle is terrain gimmicks, and the terrain changes halfway through the battle, so I guess it's just testing whether you can keep track of that. Electric terrain set up instantly, which helps us more than it helps these trainers for sure. With a Dragon Fang, we outspeed and kill the Pincurchin, and with electric terrain and a magnet, we outspeed and kill the Greninja. Easy first turn. I'm gonna switch into the Big B. Executor does not do a lot of outspeeding in this game, but this Pincurchin is literally like a snail. I mean, it's like a sea slug, sea snail thing, sea urchin anyway. So fitting that it's so slow. Anyway, the terrain is now going to completely change because it's going to be Clawitzer and Rillaboom who sets up the grassy terrain. Now the reason that we're pre-damaged to 69 HP on Executor is because Clawitzer only sees a kill with one move, and Rillaboom only sees a kill with one move. This means that Rillaboom is not going to fake out. Additionally, the Beedrill is just going to outspeed and kill the Rillaboom here, but the Rillaboom doesn't realize that I can do that because Beedrill hasn't Mega Evolved yet. So we switch directly into Primarina, which is a bit scary to do in grassy terrain, I'll be honest, but this is guaranteed safe. Easy. And this is a Dragon Pulse, I believe. Nice. Now we're going to Flip Turn, and we're going to Poison Jab. And this is always a grass terrain pulse. Let's give Dragonite a free frag. And we just outspeed and kill the last one. Nice and easy. There's a few ways this can go. We'll talk about each of them as they come up. So this Slurpuff is slower than us, but it has Sticky Webs and it has Unburden and Focus Sash. So the way that we get around this is the classic Fake Out Overheat with a Life Orb that always kills. Despite this insane start, the Azumarill still gave me so much trouble. This always kills with a Life Orb. Minimum roll of both do just enough damage. So this always baits in at 80% health because I've taken 2 chips of Life Orb, Nidoqueen and Earth Power, it should be. Okay, good. We are going to go straight into Garchomp, who outspeeds and kills. Now, if this crits, I will be happy. How often do you hear that? I couldn't pre-damage Garchomp in case this crit me, but if this crits me, I will be happy. Let's go. I'll explain why in a moment. We're never dead to crit. Crit me, dude, come on. Come on, crit me. No, okay, fine. So we're doing the normal route. We just outspeed and kill this. If this crit me, no matter what, next is Azumarill. If this crit me though, I was low enough to yes, bait always Aqua Jet from Azumarill, and that made things a bit easier. I couldn't always reliably create that outcome though. This is now completely random attack from Azumarill. It's never Belly Drum because it sees it has a slow kill on me. I would prefer Play Rough because then I get to show off a cool route, but we've accounted for all the possibilities. We go straight into Togedemaru. The HP and everything is perfectly calculated. Now, keep track of this. Okay, Ice Punch. This is, it's gonna look less cool now, but it's okay. So, if he had play roughed me and got an attack drop, that's still fine. He can never, ever, ever belly drum on this Togedemaru, because if he Aqua Jets, I would have actually gone into someone else, but so he's very unlikely to Aqua Jet. If he Ice Punches, but I did have a plan for that. If he Ice Punches, which is what he did just now, he takes Iron Barb Chip. We click Fake Out, and then we're going to this damage now. I am holding a magnet and I have Zing Zap, so he knows that I can kill him if he goes for Belly Drum, so he'll never click Belly Drum. Therefore, I can guarantee an attack, so we're going to go for Spiky Shield. This is never Belly Drum. If it is, I lose. Good. And now, because of the Toxic, that I've all planned this out, I'm low enough that this is 100% Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet is registered by the AI as a fast kill. Therefore, we get to go into Golisopod and switch out. Let's talk about the other ways this could have gone. If he had play roughed me, you might be thinking, oh, play rough attack drop means that he thinks that I can't kill him anymore and so he can belly drum? Nope. If he play roughs me, minimum roll of play rough with poison tick damage means that he sees a fast kill with Aqua Jet, so that would have been fine. In fact, that would have been a cooler route because I would have done something else here. But this is what we ended up doing, and if you notice that if he Ice Punches, we have to Spiky Shield one extra turn before he's always clicking Aqua Jet. Therefore, he's lower HP than he would have been if he clicked Play Rough. I'll explain why that's relevant in a moment. This is 100% Aqua Jet. We're going to go straight into Golly, who is pre-damaged, so that this Aqua Jet always brings us into Emergency Exit. We go into DB. Now, if he had gone for Play Rough on my Togedemaru, the reason I said it would have been cooler is because he would have had slightly higher HP here. Because if he'd Play Roughed on my Azumarill, I would have faked out and then instantly switched out on an Aqua Jet into Golisopod. Azumarill would have been always above 70% HP. Normal Beedrill does not kill Azumarill at 70% HP. So therefore, he would never have clicked Aqua Jet, I would have Mega Evolved and just straight up killed him. But now, because I have to do a bit more damage to him, he's clicking Aqua Jet here. But it's okay, either way. We always live crit. We're going to Poison Jab now. This is Aqua Jet now. Because he's slower and dies, he's always clicking Aqua Jet here. But in that scenario I said, where he would have been slightly higher HP, I would have got this attack off for free. If he crit me here, so I was so low, because this is always Snorlax, we're pre-damaged so that Snorlax always comes in, that's why we are 195 HP. If he crit me and I was on really, really low HP, we're always going into Golisopod here. This is either Darkest Lariat, Dark Move, or Body Slam. Both of them always trigger Golisopod's Emergency Exit. If Azumarill crit me on the last turn and I was on really low HP, it's very fictional, but there's a chance it can go for a fighting move instead on my Beedrill, because that also would register kill. In that scenario, Hammer Arm does not proc Emergency Exit on Golisopod. So Golisopod would be sitting there, not having exited out, and Snorlax is in front. That's why we're frozen, because if you're frozen, the AI who doesn't see a kill on you is guaranteed to go for Belly Drum. In that scenario where we can guarantee a Belly Drum, we would go switch straight into Infernape. This Snorlax would go to 50% HP, Custap Berry would go off the turn after, but we fake out that turn and then kill. But this is simpler, because this is always going to activate Emergency Exit. A very intricate plan, but a very dangerous one. These Belly Drum Pokemon are very dangerous. Perfect. We get a free switch into Infernape, who just outspeeds and kills this. Insane. Don't even need to fake out. And finally we baited out the Wailord. who is has explosion but can't click it now, and has water spout and hydro pump and a water gem. But this is completely safe because we have a 4x resist. Emergency exit is so good. It's so good. I've used it in almost every fight since I've got Golisopod, and we're 100% safe here. And this is an Oko. I've had Mega Beedrill for a while and it's done some really crazy things, but this is probably the most insane. It popped off really hard on Winona too, to be fair. But again, Mega Beedrill is going to kill all 6 of this trainer's Pokemon. Once we break this sash, it's over for her. This is always Psychic. A Psychic move. And then Mega Beedrill doesn't even die to crit, so we can switch it straight back in. Even a fire special attacking move doesn't kill Mega Beedrill. We were still living crit. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3, and he's kindly given us a little bit of a snack in between the battle. Go all the way back. Give me all that HP back, and a nice little, apple a day. No more sashes in this team. No more priority because there's Psychic terrain. It's a recipe to get swept by Mega Beedrill. What a joke. Crazy. Mega Beedrill's insane. It's too easy. Too easy for the bee. Dekzeh has said, the creator of this Romhack has said, this is one of the most difficult fights in the game. I think I've got a line that gets us through pretty much all the time. Gengar is probably going to die this fight. It's okay, he's a planned sack, but not all the time. 64% of the time he dies. So he has a not a terrible chance to pull through, He might survive. Very rarely Among Us can die in this line. And if we get really unlucky, aka double max roll crit on the same turn, Togedemaru can die. Let's not see that happen. Here we go. Should be Noivern on the left and Sylveon on the right. Perfect. This is a very difficult way to start off the double battle. This Noivern is faster than most of my box. Sometimes Dragapults can outspeed Noiverns, but my Dragapult does not outspeed this Noivern. So I don't really have anything, I think, that can outspeed and Oko this Noivern. Sylveon, however, is also really difficult to deal with. It has Protect, and it has Misty Explosion and Hyper Voice. So if you don't show Sylveon a kill, and you can't enter gym battles pre-damaged, so that's really something you've got to plan about, Sylveon can Protect, which can mess up your whole line. That's why Hariyama is here. Hariyama shows Sylveon that Sylveon can kill it, and that's why Sylveon will never Protect this turn. Hariyama is going to fake out the Noivern, and then Beedrill is going to Mega Evolve, Poison Jab, and one-shot the Sylveon. Noivern does nothing this turn, because it's going to be faked out. And now, by Mega Evolving Beedrill, we're now the fastest thing on the field. So Noivern is going to prioritize going for the fast kill on Hariyama, then going for the slow kill on Beedrill. That's also really important. Hariyama is holding a Sticky Barb, so it's going to take 12.5% damage this turn. This is the only way that you can damage yourself in a gym fight, or you can hold a Flame Bulb or something like that. You can't enter these gym fights pre-damaged, which is really tough. But thanks to that 12.5% damage, Metagross now sees only fast kill on Hariyama with Zen Headbutt. It's never going to go for the slow kill on Beedrill. We switch Hariyama out into Togi. This is the turn that determines if Togi can die. And no one's going to target Beedrill this turn because Beedrill's faster than everything else. Beedrill gets a U-turn off on the Noivern. Okay. If the Noivern and the Metagross both max roll crit the Togedemaru this turn, we could be in a lot of trouble. Don't do it, man. He hit the Hurricane. Don't crit. Okay, that's fine. I think we're okay. That's also fine. We're Personberry. I would still prefer this not to crit. We're okay, I think. This turn, we're going to fake out the Noivern, and Gengar is going to outspeed and kill the Metagross with the Shadow Ball. Gengar is going to get hit by a Bullet Punch this turn, but it's never going to die. Perfect. This always kills after the Iron Barb's damage. This is the turn that determines if Gengar dies. If Gengar dies, we're fine. This is a planned sacrifice. Gengar has not done enough for us for me to value it that highly. And I really did try to find a deathless route through this battle, but I kind of struggled. If Gengar dies here, that's okay. This turn, Noivern is always attacking either Togedemaru with Focus Blast or Gengar with Hurricane. It's 50-50 to do either one. Togi's always spiky shielding here. Driftblim doesn't matter what it does because it's either attacking Togedemaru into the spiky shield or it's slower than Gengar and attacking Gengar. We spiky shield, and just in case we live, we Shadow Ball the Driftblim. Now, for Gengar to die, Noivern has to choose to attack Gengar, that's 50-50, and then it has to hit a Hurricane, which is 80%. So, Gengar has 60% odds of surviving this turn. The thing is, even if it survives this turn, kind of has to do this two turns in a row to actually live. Because I don't have a safe way to switch it out the next turn. Gengar, you've not really done much for us. You were pretty clutch in this battle, I'm going to be honest. If you want to clutch up, dodge this Hurricane. If you want to stick around. Otherwise, it's been an honor. We'll see. We'll hold the respect for a second. Okay. Goodbye, Gengar. That's okay. Unfortunate, but it's okay. Noivern and Noivern should only be attacking Togi, so Togi gets to switch out into Amoonguss. Hopefully, we don't see any double crits here. And then Pult is just going to Phantom Force the Driftblim. Okay, he hit the Focus Blast. If we see drops and crits, we can lose Among Us here. So this is the fiction that was going to happen. No drops, no crits. Okay. Okay, he targeted the Among Us. Any drops, any crits? No drops, no crits. Amazing. So Driftblim is going to die this turn without doing anything. And then Noivern is always going to be targeting Amoonguss with only Hurricane. So we get to go straight back out to Togi. Togi never dies to Hurricane crit. Okay, we can't stay in with Togi now. This Noivern has hit all of its Hurricanes, got both confusions. Man, they really wanted blood. Unfortunate the Gengar had to die there. It was pretty likely though. Straight into Beedrill, and then we Sucker Punch. They should always attack the Togi slot. And Sucker Punch obviously kills at this health. Okay, that's that. And now the Bee and Pult just finished the game. Poison Jab and Sucker Punch, I think. The actual gimmick of this fight is something that we didn't let happen at all. The Metagross and the Driftblim both had Weakless policy, and Gardevoir and Mismagius are custom written with custom AI to always shadow sneak into their own Pokemon. They shadow sneak their own metagross, they shadow sneak their own Drifblim, activate the weakness policy, and suddenly you're staring down some really, really, really powerful Pokemon. But the way that we did this didn't even let them come out. Doesn't matter. Well, we didn't lose Togi and we didn't lose Among Us, so that's fine. Though, yeah, that's fine. And 64% chance we lost Gengar. We lost Gengar. It is what it is. A lot of mechanics going on in this first turn. So, we're going to be starting off with the enemy Berserker and a Porygon 2. We have specifically chosen 2 Pokemon to start with, who will give the Porygon 2 a special attack download. I want to do this because there we go. I want to do this because I want to bait certain kills. Now, what's really important here, Camerupt in normal form is faster than the Berserker, and Berserker knows it's dead. So Berserker is always going to fake out Camerupt. That's okay. We're not going to Mega Evolve because if we do, we can be crit. We're going to let him fake us out. And then Porygon doesn't see any kills, even at +1. Even at +1, Porygon does not see any kills into either side, and therefore is guaranteed to click Trick Room this turn. That's also really important. Barely doesn't see a kill on Berserker. So we're going to let him fake out our Camerupt, not Mega Evolve, and we're going to switch freely into Infernape on the right-hand side. Porygon should always Trick Room here. Perfect. Let's see the Trick Room. Okay, now, that was Trick Room turn 1. This is Trick Room turn 2 out of 5. Mega Evolve, become the slowest thing on the field, Oko the Berserker. Ape fakes out the Porygon. Now, unfortunately, some people's Mega Camerupt is really slow, which is good in Trick Room, and they can outslow this entire team and basically sweep the whole team. Unfortunately, the Bronzong behind the Berserker that's going to come in soon is actually slower than my Mega Camerupt, even in Trick Room, and so will go first. Therefore, I've set this up so that Ape is on the right here, and therefore we'll bait in Rampardo so we can just collect that free kill. Because my Mega Camel is slower than the Rampardos. Now, Rampardos is just going to die because Mega Camel is the slowest thing on the field, but Porygon is always clicking Psychic on Ape because it's +1 special attack and always sees a kill. So we switch into Dreadnought on the guaranteed Psychic, never anything else, and this damage is really important. This is going to be Psychic, we don't care about drops, we can't be crit. I would prefer not... Oh, that did a lot of damage. In terms of rolls. There's a chance we can lose Mega Camel here. It's quite low chance. This turn, the Bronzong's actually going to go first. The Psychic damage on Dreadnought means that Dreadnought's always dead to Bronzong. Body press only. So, Mega Camel is going to go second this turn after Bronzong. Flamethrower is an Oko. Dreadnought is baiting. Always body press on the left, so we get to go into Dragapult for free. Unfortunately, this can either be Psychic or it can be Thunder. It's kind of 50-50. I would prefer Psychic. You'll see why in a moment. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Bronzong dies. Let's see Psychic here. It's basically whether Dragapult is baiting a kill from the Porygon the turn after. Okay, he got Thunder. Okay. There's a very low chance that we'll figure out what we want to do. If he had Psychic there, I was always dead to the next attack, and Porygon, on the last turn of Trick Room, which is right now, would always attack the Pult. However, because I'm at 167 HP, I think the Porygon can unfortunately not see any kills at the moment. If he attacks Camel and crits, Camel just dies. Camel doesn't die to anything but a crit. However, there is a way that I can work around this. If I go into Dreadnought right now, doesn't die to any rolls of Tri-Attack. However, if Tri-Attack exactly burns me, and high rolls me, we lose Dreadnought. So what's worse here? So it's exactly most rolls into 7% for Dreadnought to die, versus 6% for Camel to die and a 50% target. I guess it's 50% target for Dreadnought as well. I think it's similar odds, honestly. It's just who we risk over the other. I think I'd rather have Mega Camel than Dreadnought. I mean, the chance of losing either is very low at this point. He has to target the left slot and crit Camel to die, or he has to target the left slot and exactly burn. Not paralyze, not freeze. I think that's very fictional. Okay, so let's go into Dreadnought on the left. And let's go into Berserker on the right. And this should be last turn of Trick Room. Okay, let's see an attack on the right, or no burn on the left. Dreadnought only dies to... Okay, he attacked the left. Let's see if Truck Attack burns Dreadnought. I think we lived that. No. We would have died exactly if he burned us. He wanted it. He wanted it for sure. All right, no deaths for this fight. Screw that. Okay, we fake out on the right and we go into Hariyama on the left. Okay, this should be the Hatterene. Hatterene comes in, takes a knockoff from Burnt Hariyama, and Berserker outspeeds it. Iron Head plus knockoff should kill. And then actually the Berserker does not outspeed the Jellicent by 1 point. Because my IVs are not great. But that's okay, because Bullet Punch does 9%. 27 HP plus the Burnt Hurry's knockoff of 270 always kills this. Tiny amount of chip should be enough. Whew! Okay, nice. Alright, that's the second one done. So this one is probably one of the easiest fights in this gym, but it's a bit sad why, because the actual fight is really hard if it was coded to work. Unfortunately, there's a glitch that means that it doesn't. So the idea is that Crocodile on the right has Fling and it has a Salac Berry. So it's incentivized, unless it sees a kill, it's incentivized to throw that Salac Berry at its own partner, the Gothitelle, raise its speed, and they're all holding weakness policies on the left. So the Crocodile boosts their stats with the Salac Berry speed, I think, and then also it boosts their attack and special attack through the weakness policy. However, there's a glitch in this fight where even after throwing the Salac Berry the first time, if Crocodile doesn't see any kills, it's just going to keep flinging. We are absolutely going to abuse that just to get through this. No shame. Phantom Force on the left, and Gothitelle has Shadow Tag, so we can't switch out except the Gyarados is holding a Shed Shell, classic Magma hideout strats. And Gothitelle doesn't see any kills either, so it's going to go for Fake Out either on the left or right, except that Pult is a Ghost type, and so it can't be faked out. So it's always going to be faking out the right-hand side. So we go straight into B. And these two can actually just sweep the rest of the team. Yeah. No more analysis needed, to be honest. So that's the cool idea, you know, it flings its Salac Berry, Gothitelle's speed is up, its attack and special attack are up. It's actually really, really scary at this point. Except that Beedrill just outspeeds it and kills. And this is where the glitch is going to happen, you're going to see it. So Crook is just going to fake out the dead Gothitelle slot, even though it's done it already, even though Gothitelle's going to be dead. It's not going to attack either slot. And the way that we've done this is that we started with Gyarados, which reduced Crook's attack by 1, so that helps us by mean that it helps us achieve Crook seeing no kills. That's why we led with Gyarados, actually. Yeah, that didn't matter. I just needed, see, there we go. I just needed Dragapult to be in when the Venomoth comes out, because this Venomoth has a Citrus Berry. So I need an attack that does at least 75% damage, which is this Draco Meteor. This Poison Jab sometimes activates a Citrus Berry, some of its rolls do. Even if it does, that's fine. Draco Meteor does 76% with a Dragon Fang. And yet again, we're going to see the same thing. Because Crook still sees no kills, and so the broken AI will continue to click Fling. Flapple is going to Sucker Punch either side. Technically, Sucker Punch crit max roll doesn't kill either. So I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm scared. Sucker Punch max roll on Dragapult crit does 248. But I just don't want it, like, I don't want the calc to be wrong about rounding numbers, you know? If it's wrong by even 1 HP, I lose Dragapult. I don't think it can be, but we're just gonna do this anyway because this is also safe. Switch into this big boy and leech life and kill the Flapple. Crook's just gonna fling again, and Flapple's gonna Sucker Punch someone. That crit never killed, and we just get our health back. Okay. Finally, these two just finish up. And we just do this twice. Alright, let's go. This fight has one side full of Pokemon with competitive and defiant. So if you lower any stats, they get boosts. The other side are pretty hard hitters, but there's one more little gimmick in this fight as well. This Meowstic has Imprison, and it has Fake Out, Thunderbolt, and Psychic. These are moves that you might really want to use in this double battle, particularly because there's a Gyarados in the back, it's obviously weak to Thunderbolt, and Fake Out obviously for a double battle in general. If this Meowstic clicks Imprison, you can't use any of those moves until the Meowstic's dead. So there's custom AI for that Imprison as well. At the moment, it should never click Imprison. We are starting with a Alolan Exeggutor because we always bait Ice Punch fast kill from Conkeldurr, and Conkeldurr will never Ice Punch Dragonite because Dragonite is faster. Meowstic also doesn't see any kills and therefore will only go for Fake Out. Dragonite is immune to Fake Out because it has Inner Focus, and so we are baiting double attacks into the left only. We go straight into Togedemaru on the left, and Dragonite just goes for Dual Wing Beat on the Conkeldurr. We actually break the Meowstic's Focus Sash with this damage. It doesn't matter for now. This damage plus Ice Punch recoil from Iron Barbs. Freeze is okay, we have a Lumberry. Means that Conkeldurr is 100% dead to Extreme Speed from Dragonite. Now Togedemaru has just come in, so we're going to Fake Out the Meowstic. Meowstic Imprison doesn't have priority, so we can do this. Now remember that Imprison AI I mentioned? Because Meowstic doesn't see any kills this next turn, it knows that Togedemaru has Fake Out, and it wants to Imprison that, so it's 100% going to click Imprison now. That gives us a free turn to do what we want. Additionally, the Rapidash only sees a fast kill on the Togedemaru. We're going to Spiky Shield. I'm going to do the same thing again. This Rapidash also has a Focus Sash. That doesn't really matter because we're using a move that hits twice anyway, but the key point is that we do some recoil damage with Spiky Shield. Now we don't want to crit both of these, we're sorted. If we did too much damage this turn and killed Rapidash with that Dual Wing Beat, the baiting would have been completely off and Togedemaru might have died, because Gyarados would have come in a bit early. Instead, we get to kill this Rapidash with Extreme Speed, guaranteed, and therefore Togi lives and can click U-turn on Meowstic. Meowstic gets to attack whoever it wants this turn, it doesn't matter. Extreme Speed goes first and kills the Rapidash. Last Pokemon to come in is Gyarados. That's fine. I prefer not to have a drop here. Okay, perfect. Even if he dropped us, we were fine. In fact, it would have been okay because we might have been baiting specific kills. We go into Electrode here. It's you in Electrode. And now we actually can't click Thunderbolt because Meowstic has imprisoned it and it's still on the field. But that's fine. With a Life Orb, my Electrode one-shots this Gyarados with Volt Switch. It's a pretty powerful Electrode. It's a modest Electrode, so I'm pretty happy with that. Gyarados can click Protect here. If it does, we're still okay, because if the Gyarados clicks Protect, Electrode is never dead to any of Meowstic's moves, and once Meowstic hits it once, Gyarados sees a kill on Electrode and won't click Protect again. If Gyarados clicks Protect and then Meowstic attacks Dragonite, I think that's also the same outcome. So I think we're okay either way. We Volt Switch, and this doesn't matter what Dragonite goes for this turn, so we're just going to Extreme Speed the Gyarados. The way that this fight stops you from using electric moves is by having the Meowstic imprison Thunderbolt. So we can't use a Thunderbolt, but we've got Volt Switch. Most Volt Switches don't kill Gyarados. I'm lucky that I have a Electrode that is modest Electrode with plus special attack and 17 IVs, and I literally barely minimum roll kill this. That's fine. That is a lot of damage. We're gonna Sucker here, and we're gonna go into Togi. Perfect. Now I believe this should be Purugly. Usually it's Milotic, but actually we're so low HP that Purugly sees a kill. Togi's just come in, so actually we're gonna Draco this and fake it out. That's interesting. Oh, okay. It can definitely fake out instead of slow kill. That's fine. And now we kill this with Sucker Punch, and we can go into this guy just to have him out. Last one is Milotic, and we guarantee win this. Let's go into Drapion on the left, and let's go for a Magical Leaf. Guarantee win. Slowly, but surely. The accuracy drops don't actually matter, because we're going for guaranteed hit moves on both Pokemon. He might also just start spamming Recover, which is also fine. What I need to keep an eye on is Drapion HP, because Muddy Water does 87 max. So let's get a Toxic off, and let's do one more Magical Leaf. This guarantees the victory. Ah, Witcher then. Nice. Right, so I really struggled with this line, I'll be honest. Really struggled. I didn't have much that could kill the Excadrill, but this is what we're going to go with. We're going to sacrifice our Pokemon's turn 1. This Crobat is inner focus, can't be flinched, extremely fast, can set a Tailwind, Screech, Super Fang, and has really powerful acrobatics. It's really hard to deal with, but this Excadrill also has a ground gem, meaning that it can just kill most of my Pokemon that would normally kill it. I couldn't do something like Infernape to kill the Excadrill because it dies to Crobat. We had a bit of a problem here. A lot of people use Arcanine, unfortunately our Arcanine is dead. So Garchomp does the job here at the cost of Nidoking's sack because no one else can switch in on my own Garchomp's Earthquake. We go into Toki. This is the coolest part of the whole line. A very cool part. Dynamic Speed is going to activate. The Crobat knows that my Garchomp is faster than the Medicham, so the Crobat is going to set up a Tailwind for its own Medicham. Medicham is therefore, thanks to Dynamic Speed, after the Tailwind goes off, become faster than my Garchomp, go before my Garchomp, click CC, Close Combat, into Drapion, who always lives and can't be crit, lower its own defenses, so that Dual Chop from Garchomp always kills. And dual chop hits twice, so it ignores the focus sash. Beautiful. Crit didn't matter. Crobat goes for a random move this turn. This determines what happens next. That's fine. Let's not see a double crit. Okay, that's fine. So Garchomp is -2 and is always being attacked next turn. There is a very fictional scenario where Cinderace chooses exactly Pyro Ball, crits Pyro Ball, and Crobat attacks Gyarados, and then Gyarados can die. But I was also willing to sack Gyarados if it came down to that. It's pretty unlikely, it's like less than 1%. So Garchomp has to switch now. This is this penultimate turn of Tailwind. And now this is the final turn of Tailwind. I'm going to U-turn out. I do need to know exactly how much help this is though. This is now -2 speed Crobat, who always dies to this combo. The reason we didn't Mega Evolve Beedrill is intentional, because I outsped Crobat anyway. After Crobat was -2 speed and Tailwind ended. And finally, Togekiss will be baited in from the Beedrill if I'm not Mega. So this turn I'm Mega, Oko, switch into Togedemaru. Apart from the sacrifice, a very clean battle. That'll do, that'll do. Toki only just switched in. So we leech and fake out. Nice. Clean. Nidoking. Respect. Got us through the early game. Haven't been doing much since then, but it's time for you to join your Nido Queen in the dead box. The meme about this fight is that we have a level 1 Marill that it has a quick claw, so 20% of the time it's just going to go first, but we're going to let it. We're going to let it get off a Misty Explosion. The Passimian is basically hard-coded to always protect this turn. This fight isn't too bad, mostly because of the level 1 Marill. I feel like if it was like a level 185 Azumarill that had Misty Explosion that actually did some damage, it would be a bit terrifying. Maybe that'll be too hard though. Nah, I'm sure not, compared to the other fights as well. That 1 HP of damage allows us to bait in Golduck first, so that's what the Passimian's done. Its ability takes the ability of its dead partner. So Passimian has huge power now, very, very dangerous. But we're going to be using the AI, who always prioritizes fast kill on Togedemaru with Passimian, over the slow kill on Electrode. This never kills, that's really important. We don't want to kill the Golduck this turn. Golduck is either going to roleplay also take huge power for itself, or it's going to attack only the Togedemaru with its highest roll of cross chop. Damn, saw the highest roll, eh? Oh no, it's because of crit AI, isn't it? It's more likely to do so. That's fine. Volt Switch always kills now. And this is 100% close combat, never anything else. That's fine. It's gonna do nothing. Go into Infernape. The finicky bit about this is unfortunately that the Tauros that's coming in has Intimidate, and therefore we have to be careful. And also the Tauros outspeeds my Infernape. A bit crazy actually how fast the Tauros is. So, Tauros is guaranteed now, because it doesn't see any kills, it's guaranteed to click roll pay. Doesn't see a kill into Ape, and doesn't see a kill into Dragapult. At full HP. So Ape is going to fake up Pissimian, who should never detect because he sees a slow kill. This is important, really important, we need some damage on this. And then we're going to Dragon Dance. This is also very important, sets up the next turn perfectly. Pissimian does nothing this turn, Tauros always rolls plays. And Dragon Dance hits both enemies once, rather than one enemy twice. This is really important. Perfect. Now, Ape outspeeds and overheat kills the Pissimian, and this Draco at calculated should always kill. And this should okay. And that's it. One side done. We've just got 2 Pokemon left in the back behind Pissimian. Will be the Greninja and the Lycanroc. Greninja's going to come in first and either attacks either side, but we have switches in for everything they can do. Freeze is fine. We have a Lum. Volt Switch straight back out, fake out. Might as well fake out again. U-turn out. This fake out should have kill. U-turn killing is also fine. Go into pot. So interestingly, Lycanroc has a fast kill on Infernape and therefore should never go for Accelerock on either Pokemon, but we live either way, and so always kills and he never Accelerocks. Because he's going to be attacking the Infernape. And that's that. We're through to Tabilizer.